In modern world politics, there are very few leaders whose names alone represent power, fear, strategy, and controversy. One such leader is the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin. From a modest childhood to the very center of global power, Putin's journey is one of discipline, ambition, and control. Some see him as a strong defender of his nation. Others view him as one of the most controversial leaders of our time. Today, we explore the life, leadership, and legacy of Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin was born on October 7, 1952, in Leningrad, which is now known as Saint Petersburg. His family lived a simple life. His parents survived the hardships of World War II, and those experiences shaped the discipline and toughness of his upbringing. As a child, Putin was physically small and often bullied. Instead of giving up, he developed a strong desire to defend himself and gain respect. This led to martial arts, especially judo, which later became a lifelong philosophy for him, using balance, patience, and control rather than brute force. Putin studied law at Leningrad State University. During his university years, he became deeply interested in intelligence work. After graduation, he joined the Soviet intelligence agency, the KGB. As a KGB officer, Putin served in East Germany during the Cold War. There, he learned the importance of secrecy, loyalty, and strategic thinking. These years shaped his worldview that power must be protected and that weakness invites collapse. In 1991, the Soviet Union collapsed. For Putin, this moment was deeply emotional. He later described it as the greatest geopolitical catastrophe of the 20th century. Russia faced chaos, economic collapse, crime, and loss of global influence. Putin left intelligence work and entered politics. He began working in the Saint Petersburg city administration, slowly building trust and influence. In 1999, Putin was appointed Prime Minister of Russia. Within a year, he became president. At that time, Russia was unstable and weakened. Putin promised one thing clearly: Russia will rise again. He took strong action against separatist movements, especially in Chechnya, and reasserted federal authority. To many Russians, he brought order and stability. To critics, he reduced democratic freedoms. Under Putin's leadership, Russia returned as a major global power. He challenged Western dominance and strongly opposed the expansion of NATO. Russia increased its influence in regions like Ukraine, Syria, and Eastern Europe. Energy politics also became a powerful tool of Russian foreign policy. Putin believes national interest comes above everything else, even international criticism. This approach has made him both respected and feared around the world. Putin's leadership style is calm, controlled, and firm. He rarely shows emotion in public. He speaks carefully and acts decisively. Key traits of his leadership include strong nationalism, centralized power, focus on security and military strength. He presents himself as a protector of Russian identity, tradition, and sovereignty. Putin has faced serious criticism, including accusations of limiting opposition voices, controlling media, human rights violations. Western governments often label him as authoritarian. Supporters, however, argue that he saved Russia from collapse and restored national pride. Vladimir Putin's story is not just about one man. It is the story of modern Russia. To some, he is a hero who restored strength. To others, he is a symbol of control and confrontation. But one truth remains clear: Vladimir Putin has reshaped global politics, and his influence will be remembered for generations. In global politics, power often has a face. For more than 2 decades, one face has dominated Russia and challenged the world. That face belongs to Vladimir Putin. Loved by supporters, criticized by opponents, and watched closely by world leaders, Putin is one of the most influential figures of the 21st century. But who is the man behind the power? He worked in Saint Petersburg city administration, gaining a reputation for loyalty and efficiency. His quiet competence caught the attention of leaders in Moscow. Soon he was moving rapidly toward the center of power. In 1999, Putin became Prime Minister of Russia. By 2000, he was elected president. Russia was weak and divided. Putin promised stability, order, and national revival. Many Russians welcomed his strong leadership after years of chaos. Putin strengthened the central government. He reduced the power of oligarchs and regional leaders. Security and unity became his top priorities. Critics say democracy suffered. Supporters say the country was saved from collapse. Putin challenged Western dominance. He strongly opposed the expansion of NATO. Russia reasserted influence in Ukraine, Syria, and Eastern Europe. Energy exports became a powerful political tool. Under Putin, Russia demanded respect, even through confrontation. Personality and leadership style. Putin is calm, controlled, and calculating. He rarely shows emotion in public. He speaks briefly but firmly. His leadership is based on nationalism, military strength, and absolute control. He presents himself as the guardian of Russian identity and sovereignty. Criticism and controversy. Putin faces accusations of suppressing opposition, limiting press freedom, and human rights violations. Western nations often describe him as authoritarian. Supporters argue that Western criticism ignores Russia's unique history and challenges. Vladimir Putin is more than a president. He is a symbol of modern Russia, its strength, fears, and ambitions. To some, he is a protector and rebuilder. To others, he is a ruler who controls too much. But one fact is undeniable. Vladimir Putin has changed Russia and the world forever.